October snowstorms like the one in northeastern Pennsylvania early last week happen on average about once every 3 years in the state. And just about all of these early season storms share some common characteristics. First, snow amounts are very much tied to elevation, with higher accumulations in higher elevations. Here's a scatter plot of snowfall versus elevation for last week's storm. I used 10 places in northeast Pennsylvania. And as examples, an inch fell in Scranton, elevation about 900 feet, but 10 inches in Hazleton, elevation 1,600 feet. The points don't lie on a straight line, but you can kind of see the general relation. And you can literally see it when you compare a topographic map of northeast Pennsylvania and southeastern New York with a visible satellite image from last Thursday afternoon. The higher elevations on this topographic map are generally in the reddish colors. Notice the snow cover from the Poconos into parts of the Endless Mountains and also much of the Catskills in New York. So the snow was very much elevation dependent. The meteorological setup last week was classic for an early season snow in this part of the country. First, we had an already deep upper air trough amplifying even more as it moved east, and a closed low, a pool of cold air aloft, formed pretty much right on top of us. Meanwhile, a pocket of very fast jet stream winds, we call it a jet streak, was perfectly positioned for a low to rapidly develop just south of Long Island. And this low pulled in lots of moisture off the Atlantic, leading to some pretty impressive precipitation rates. And precipitation really does have to come down hard this time of year for snow to accumulate. Here's an example from last week. This is the hourly liquid precipitation last Monday night at Mount Pocono, elevation 1,900 feet. This all fell as snow. And 0.05 to 1/10 of an inch of liquid falling as snow per hour is certainly heavy enough to stick, especially at night, even when the ground is still relatively warm. Now, an interesting question is whether an October snow says anything about the coming winter. Well, I took a look at State College, where we have data for 112 years, and there's been measurable snow in October in just 13 of those years. The other 99 had just a trace or none at all. In the winters following these 99 years, the median snowfall in State College was 41 inches. The median is the middle value. Half of the winters had more, half had less. And with snow, the median is typically a more robust measure than the average. Now, in those 13 winters that followed the Octobers with measurable snow, the median was a lot higher, 59 inches. In fact, 8 of those 13 winters ended up in the top 25 snowiest winters on record in State College. The difference between these two numbers is statistically significant, meaning not likely to occur randomly. Now, having said that, you may remember that the last year there was a big October snow in Pennsylvania was 2005, but that winter turned out to be a real dud in terms of snowfall in the state. We shall see this winter. Fred's back with the extended forecast next.